Hello, friends. My goodness. What was that, Mr. Falco? You big old Dumbo ears. Okay, so as I was saying, I haven't posted a long form video in a few weeks. I have been posting, I've just been posting mostly shorts, and they have mostly been of me working on my custom order that I had, and I'm so very happy to say that I am finished with it. It's done. So it's finished and I have it all mounted up. I just need to put it in the frame and take pictures of it and list it. So I'm really happy with how it has turned out. It was a play on my original floral alphabet, but we made some changes with it. So we changed the flower out. So the original flower is a daisy. They wanted to change the flower out to a hydrangea because they have a cutting, like their hydrangea bush in their yard is a cutting from their grandmother's hydrangea bush, and hydrangeas were her favorite flower, and so we went with her hydrangea for that, and then we used W as the letter for their last name, their family name, and we changed it to a Scribd font. So I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I really, really like it a lot, even if I do say so myself. So that's mostly what I've been working on since I've last posted a full vlog. And in other shop news, Anita, if you are watching this, thank you so very much for your order. It's already packed up and sent to you several weeks ago. At this point, I was a little behind on filming and posting that. I am now officially sold out of bookmarks, so she bought my last 2 bookmarks. Which means I need to do a restock, and I also have some other ideas for bookmarks, so I need to work on some of those as well, but we'll get to that. Right, and then in personal project news, I did finally get the stem on my mushroom finished. So the stem is finally all finished and stitched, so we got that done, and I sewed together the 2 cap pieces, so the top and the bottom. This was the top, and it's sewn together. Not very good at showing, but the back is sewn to the front. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not great at showing these things. So that means all I have left to do is to attach it all together. So I'm getting so very close to being done with my very first stump work project. I don't really know what all is going to be in this vlog. You know how you have your running to-do list just hanging out in your head and you think it's manageable and it's fine, and like you know what's in there and you just kind of go with it as it comes. And it doesn't really seem like all that much when it's just in your head. But the other day, I kind of just did a brain dump to get it all out and written down. And it's not as small as I thought it was. So this is the list of to-dos that were in my head that I didn't think was very much, but turns out is a lot. They're not all like specific to-dos. Some of them are. They're like a range of personal things like making phone calls, making appointments, things like that, which I have marked off some. And then some of them are to-dos for the shop or projects, and some are ideas to think about for the shop and projects and things like that. Some are things I can do more immediately and some things are long-term, but in any case, there's a whole list of things on here. And so I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing here in this vlog, but we're just going to go with it. I can at least mark one of them off because one of them is to finally start a new vlog. So hi, this is what we're doing now. And after that, I think my next one will be, of course, finishing up framing of my custom piece and getting it photographed and all that. That will probably be my #1 priority. And then reworking the keychains that this whole last few videos have been about. I think I have an idea of how it will work better. I just need my Cricut to cut out some things for me because it needs to be more precise than what I cut by hand. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to get it out because I don't have a place where I can just keep my Cricut out and use it whenever I need to, because it lives behind me on the bottom of that bookshelf. So it has to be taken out and put out on the dining room table in order for me to use it, because that's the only space I have, really. So hopefully tonight I can get that out and maybe get it set up. I don't know if I'll cut tonight or if we'll cut tomorrow, but I have ideas. So hopefully that will work out a lot better than what I did before, and we can get those done. So those are my 2 main things for sure: keychains and custom order finishing, but we'll just see what actually gets done and where this goes. I do have a bit of a mess over here beside me that I need to get cleaned up, but I wanted to go ahead and get you started because I knew I have to just make myself start it. Once I start a vlog, it's fine. I'll continue filming and updating and all that. It's just starting it. So I made myself start it today. So now we can just continue on with updates and all of that. So your guess is as good as mine as to what we get up to. Okay, so this is going to be the new backing for the keychains to fit into the bezels. I just took a piece of chipboard, which is just the brown chipboard that I had. I've been using it. Well, I bought it to make my planner last year, and then I've been using it to stiffen my envelopes when I ship out the bookmarks. So I took one of those, and then I took some heat and bond, and I attached just a sheet of paper, white paper, so that behind the fabric it will be white instead of brown. And then I had the Cricut cut it to slightly smaller than 1 inch because the bezels are exactly 1 inch on the inside. And I think I cut it at 0.9. So this is 0.9 of an inch. And it fits perfectly in the bezel, and there's room on all 4 sides to account for the added thickness of the fabric. So hopefully this one is going to work out much better than the last one. And I think I'm also, just in case it doesn't, I'm not going to glue it like I did the other ones, because I can't undo it once I glue it down. So I think I'm just going to lace the back of it onto the little chipboard pieces. That way, if something goes wrong, I can just snip the thread and undo it. I don't have to restitch it for a 3rd time. But hopefully I won't have to do that at all anyway. And then I'm going to try out this new stabilizer, this water-soluble stabilizer, to transfer the pattern of the letters. So I do have the adhesive version of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this, but okay, I had to put you down here so you can see it. So I'm trying out this different stabilizer. It's still water soluble like the other I have, but it's not adhesive, because I find when I use the adhesive, if I'm using it a lot, it kind of gums up my needles and I have to clean them off every now and then. So I'm going to try this out. It's probably a lot harder to work with because it's not going to stay in place, but I'm going to try it out. It's still water soluble. So I did trace on the letters here yesterday, and all I have to do is get it hooped up and stitch it. So that's what I have done as far as the keychains. I really want to get that custom listed so I can get it out of here. So hopefully tonight I will be able to get that set up for taking photos tomorrow. So I'm hoping I can do it in the living room by that wall of windows, because it gets really good morning light. It goes pretty dark towards the afternoon, so I want to get it set up tonight, like the backdrop and everything, so that in the morning I can just go in there and take a few pictures before the light goes bad. So that's what I hope to get done this evening, as well as getting that hooped up so I can start stitching as well. But today I made myself a mess. Purely for aesthetic reasons, mostly. But I found these really cute little mini spools, like thread spools. I wanted to put my embroidery thread on them, like this. See how super cute that is? It's so cute, right? And then I also bought this floss drawer. It was on clearance, but it's really pretty and it's really nice, and it's made to fit like the regular bobbins. And lengthwise, the spools are the same. This way they're the same, but it's just not going to work out very well in that drawer. So I have some of them already wound around the new spools, but since it's not going to work out exactly the way that I wanted it to work out, I'm going to have to undo the ones that I have wound and put them back on the regular plastic ones, and then take off all the labels from all the ones that I haven't done yet. And I'll probably just return the little spools if I ever need them or want to try them again another way, I'll just buy some more, I guess, because I bought 100 of them and I don't have room to just store 100 little spools without them being used. So, unfortunately, I guess that's what I get for wanting it to be cute over just simply functional. But anyway, so that's what my plan is today, because I can't do anything on this desk. I will show you in just a second, but I can't do anything until I get this cleaned up. So let's do it. Okay, I completely forgot that I have a doctor's appointment today. So everything I said yesterday about what I was going to get done today is not going to happen. Because, like, the doctor's appointment itself doesn't take that long, but I also have to get blood work done, and I have the worst veins in the world. So it's basically going to take most of the day. I'm going to go ahead and end it so I can start the next one. I know I didn't do a whole lot in this vlog. It was mostly just prep work, but hopefully that means in the next one we can actually get tangible things done. So, as always, I thank you so much for being here, and I hope that means I see you soon.